Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're a little bit late with the champion select. We had a little bit of an issue there, but we are back. Elder League, Ascension eSports Week 2, after a very dominating win by Tic Tac till last game on the back of their mid laner, Hey, Chicken Nuggets are back to try and take a win in this best of 3. Now, leading the series 1-0, Tic Tac till need only to clinch this game to finish the series as a whole. So we'll see whether or not they're going to get this game or whether or not we'll really have a series.
No, definitely Tic Tac Tilt getting their mid laner fed and very fed and very powerful Cassiopeia throughout the entire game. Something that nobody on the enemy team on the side of Chicken Nuggets wanted to deal with, but inevitably they had to.
This is interesting, actually. The Jhin being taken away from Honor Rain by Sandwalker. Last game we played the Ezreal, which is actually surprising considering Ezreal not really good right now and having no really good matchups in this meta, and overall not being as good as these Bork abusers and crit 80 carries, but still pulling out the win last game on that Ezreal. But this game he will be delving into the more carry pins of that Jhin, as we do see some more bans come out. It does appear that they saved the support pick until later for the side of Tic Tac Till, which is interesting because usually I see that picked fairly early.
Yes, definitely picking the support early. You can keep your choice of ADC kind of hidden so as to not get counterpicked on your carry. But we do see on the side of Chicken Nuggets that the mid laner and the ADC once again are chosen last.
And then the final ban's coming in, having to give it a little bit of thought here. Interestingly, not the... Okay, there we go. The target ban, finally. Okay, so the Cassiopeia ban, but they did save it until the very end. If Hey had wanted to, he could have picked it fairly early, but risking the counter pick in the process. We'll have to see what KK picks this game with the Cassiopeia gone. I'm interested to see how he'll perform on whatever he picks.
I don't know. Hey K, definitely a very smart, very precise player when it comes to at least his Cassiopeia. We'll see definitely how he fares with something else. I'm kind of excited to see what he chooses to go for this match.
As am I. Interested to see how they're going to be executing the same composition to round it out. As we do see Corki hover, which is interesting because I haven't seen Corki in a while. Corki last seen building Hexic Gunblade and being favored as a mid laner, but we'll have to see whether or not any of these are placeholders, as they very well could be.
That's definitely could be. Unfortunately, we probably won't find out if it's a placeholder until we go back to the drafting screen.
So that we will not.
We get to sit here in suspense until such a time as they deem necessary for us to.
Yep, so probably going to be a placeholder, at least one, unless it's a Maokai support, in which case this could be in a completely legitimate composition.
Oh no, I mean, you can send Corki mid. I've seen it done before. You don't see it, I don't see it too often anymore. But maybe HK, Hey K, gosh, is going to be trying a little bit of spice there. Yep, and that is a Corki mid. I'm excited to see how well he's going to pull this off.
Okay, so Maokai's support, having been nerfed previously after he was overpowered for a week or so, or a patch or so, but I'm not sure how it fares now that Maokai's damage has been nerfed a bit and you can't really do the thing where you just one-shot everybody. Not easily at any rate. But Jhin and Maokai definitely being a very kill lane. With double roots, if Maokai hits that twisted advance onto Autumn Rain or Mimikyu, there's practically a guaranteed follow-up with a Deadly Flourish from Sandwalker.
Definitely a very powerful combo there. But on top of it too, with the Janna and the Ashe, somewhat of a poke lane can definitely keep them, the Maokai and the Jhin back.
If I can, but as we head into these 3 minutes of waiting time, looking at the compositions, which one do you think has the upper edge here?
Well, I will say that Tic Tac Tilt. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tic Tac Tilt on this one. Their team comp has both their tanks, a Maokai, a Zac, can definitely root people up, grab people up, you know, split teams apart, and with Corki, Jin, and Fiora can just get in there and devastate those that are CC'd, and especially like you said with the Maokai ultimate, Jin, if it hits multiple people, Jin can literally just pick and choose who he wants with the Deadly Flourish and to just execute with the double root and not being able to not really much counterplay against the double root, and that's I think that's going to be a really big factor this game for Tic Tac Tilt. We're just gonna have to see how Chicken Nuggets what they can do to not have that happen.
We'll have to see how they execute this.
What about you, Spark? Looking at the team comps, what do you feel is going to be the strong point?
Honestly, just looking at the comps, I think that the comp of Tic Tac Toe is more solid. You have the Gangplank, the Orion, and the Ashe, but these are all just damage healers that can be taken apart easily. And Fiora, just being a very strong champion at the moment. Gangplank, I don't believe being the best matchup, but still, even then, Lakin Fiora is frankly disgusting. And given that there's only one tank on the side of Chicken Nuggets, if Fiora manages to get the Grand Challenger off on Mickey Does Little and then proc the Vitals, that's an incredible amount of true damage percentage HP to the only tank that is actually on the roster of Chicken Nuggets. So could be very well executed there. Zac as well being quite strong right now, I believe. Nearly pick and ban in every situation in solo queue.
Yeah, how did that get through?
That's a fairly good question. We will be heading into this game shortly. We'll have to see how they manage to execute this. I'm interested to see how KK's Corki will work. I haven't seen a Corki mid in a very long time, but it's quite debilitating if you get ahead.
It is Corki mid, the stuff of legends, fabled, rumored. But we will definitely see HK trying once again to put HTTPS memes on the defensive.
That we will be seeing here as we head into the loading screen very shortly. Chicken Nuggets versus Tic Tac Tilt. Have to see whether or not Tic Tac Tilt is going to take this series 2-0 and sweep, or if Chicken Nuggets are going to come back and manage to take the game for themselves. Stay tuned as we head into this game very shortly. Oh, and now heading into this loading screen, we do see just pulling out all the stops is Chicken Nuggets as they rep the 5 Mastery 7 composition here. Falling back onto their comfort picks as they're holding no holds barred, pulling it all out for this game. Not going to go down without a fight. They are.
No,
We'll have to see how that works out.
Definitely geared for war. They do not want to get knocked out. We see a lot of main champions being picked here. I mean, it's either this or you go home with nothing.
This week at least.
This week at least, yes.
All right, and now as we head into the actual game, hopefully sometime soon. All right, there we go. So let's see whether or not there's going to be any attempted invades. I don't think so, considering there's nothing like a Thresh. But Twisted Advance is still a fairly effective tool, but I don't fully expect it.
No,
Pro Miner actually going to opt for he's testing out different support items. He started with the Relic Shield, and now he's got the Spell Thief's Edge.
Well, he's probably going to be looking to poke with those minions, getting the gold off them, and in order to do that, he is going to need some mana regen. Otherwise, he's going to be completely out of mana and not going to be able to engage or peel for his AD carry with no mana, obviously.
They will be unable to, but now invading actually is the team. And now Mimikyu caught with his pants down, hit up by the elastic slingshot. He'll have to flash over the wall, and it doesn't look like they're going to follow up on that. But first flash can be burned as Mimikyu is sent back to base, tail between his legs.
Flash burned already. It might have almost been worth it to have just died there rather than getting rid of that summoners, because now, you know, the jungler knows, hey, Janna does not have flash. That could be an early kill.
If that, it could, especially against something quite as threatening as the Maokai Jin. Certainly we'll have to completely see. Fairly standard starts here, but Mickey Does Little will actually be going and starting the Raptor camp with a little bit of help from HTTPS memes. Huppilicious go out, and we get into the actual laning part of the game.
Both teams seem to be really on the defensive right now, as we saw with those masteries, you know. Oh.
But now Hackney24 trading very hard with Penguin, getting another vital and going to be able to get the final one there. Very low is Penguin, and he did have the exhaust, but not quite going to burn it that early. But with the door on his shield, not being afraid to trade is Hackney24, as he knows that he will just regen and actually get heals off on the vitals as well in the long term.
Yeah. Hackney going from Shen in the last game to a Fiora, definitely going to be a lot more damage output, and I think Penguin's going to have to learn to respect that really quick before he ends up paying for it.
Yeah, Penguin's definitely feeling the hurt in this top lane, but he will be content to farm under his tower. We do see Hackney just beating up onto Penguins, popping his own potion, however, so he does no longer have any charges of that. And now AK trying to trade as well in the middle lane. He does have the corrupting potion, so in the extended trade, he's getting a lot of damage off HTTPS memes, returning a little bit, but overall, kind of a one trade by AK. Have to be very careful when trading against McCorkey, the Gatling gun, being very easy to proc corrupting potion with.
No, we definitely see Tic Tac Tilt being very aggressive, like they were in the last game, with just knowing when they can go in.
Oh, but now speaking of going in, Dulahan's mid lane, and now a little bit of exchange in the bot lane as well, but not quite able to get a kill mid lane as HTTPS memes burns both of his flash and his heal to get out of that situation.
I think this directed camera is trying to meme us. It's not wanting us to see the action.
Well, that it is, but unfortunately we will be taking a little bit out of there, but we will see from the sidebar, the handy sidebar, that both summoners are down on HTTPS memes. And now Pro Miner is going to actually go in. There goes the Twisted Advance as Sandwalker gets a very good trade on. The Tornado actually being very good to end the trade, but now AK is going in for the trade onto HTTPS memes. May have bit off a bit more than he could chew, taking a lot of damage from the minions as he has to run away. Now, Mimikyu kind of trading with Sandwalker for some reason, but now Sandwalker's in a little bit of a tight spot. Oh, pre-blocked by the minion, and now he's going to be flashing away. He should be all right, but will Pro Miner be okay? As he's locked behind the minion, slowed up by Autumn Rain, flashes away, and both Pro Miner and Sandwalker are perfectly fine, albeit minus their summoners.
Both teams definitely trying to get that early advantage again, like we were seeing in the first game, where they were just bullying each other, trying to get advantages in their lanes.
Oh, and Sandwalker really wants his kill, sticking around for the final shot onto Autumn Rain, but it's going to be quite difficult.
Both teams, I think both teams are definitely playing it very risky with trying to get that first blood, but really paying for it.
Flash is now up on the side of Mimikyu though, so not really being punished too hard for the loss of that summoner that he burned earlier in the level 1. That's alright. He didn't end up losing too much for it. And now as KK is back, he's actually picked up a pickaxe. I don't know what he's building with that. Potentially an Infinity Edge first item, I don't know. Or Death Stance maybe, I don't know if that's the build, but...
I actually have no clue what he's building. Pickaxe, not a component built into Trinity Force, which I normally see Corkies go first.
Or Hexa Gunblade, but it doesn't look that either. Now the stun going to be coming out from Mickey Nuzzle, and then comboed with the Shockwave. Flash is used, but Mickey Nuzzle is really sick of people flashing away and living. But I say that, but he still doesn't get the kill. Dullahan going in onto HTTPS Memes, who lives with a slight sliver of HP. And now that's 3 times now Mickey Nuzzle has been denied the kill because of the enemy flashes. That's got to feel bad.
Yeah, definitely agreed there. And like, we still see these teams playing these really risky plays, and somehow people are still alive. First blood is still up. Like, how? We see these plays and there's just not enough damage yet to kill anybody.
Yeah, the damage being very scarce, but Mickey Nuzzle having been back for only the Tracker's Knife, really not having terribly much damage. But now a call being made to send 3 mid to clear out the tower, but even if the Gangplank ultimate hadn't been used there to clear the wave, I don't think that would have been worth, because there's no way that they get that tower. HTTPS Memes, you can't really dive him with only that many people, especially with Heike that low on resources and health, and not really having backed. And Orianna has a very decent amount of wave clear, so I'm not really sure what they were planning on doing there. But now Hackney getting into a little bit of fist fight with Penguin. Will he win it or not? Exhaust is used as he uses the riposte a little bit too late. Not able to get the exhaust, but there's the flash from Penguin. It is very hard to riposte the exhaust, however, since it's literally predicting, purely predicting, because you can't know. You can't see any indicator. I don't believe so.
No, it's all just a straight point and click, and it's instantaneous after you've clicked it. Yep.
So Hacking 24 has burned both summoners on Penguin, having his own flash, but he's running a little bit low on mana. I'm interested to see, he will go on the aggressive here, as Penguin is trying to get a little bit of attacks. I believe Hackney could have actually gotten that, honestly. But now the Dragon's been started, and Sanoff is in a little bit of a bad spot, but so is HTTPS Memes. Going to be walking away with a third of his HP as the Dragon's still being threatened, and Sandwalker just taking no damage, and that's a very long grenade. Zac passive will be procced, but now Mickey Nuzzle going to get first blood, actually give it over to HTTPS Memes, and that's a double kill onto him. But now Zac going in, but can they get it? 1v3, very low as HTTPS Memes as he's taken out. That's a double kill. That's a kill onto Dullahan as the blast grenade is burned. Oh, and the rocket nearly missing, and that was almost a quadra kill for Heike.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to get these kills for Heike. Like as we saw last game, he got a lot of kills very quickly, and he scaled and just dominated last game. But while that fight was going on, Penguin actually beating Hackney out of lane. I think he only got out of there with a literal sliver of health.
Definitely being taken very low there. But now, 9 minutes into the game, it is actually 3-2 with a slight gold lead on the side of Tic Tac Tilt. This is how the other game began, however, so I'm interested to see what he does with this lead. And it does look like it's actually an Infinity Edge of First Item Corki build, having the BF Sword and the Pickaxe combined. I do believe it is. He also has a double longsword though, so I'm actually confused. So wait, it could also potentially be a Death Dance First Item, and then sitting on the BF Sword. That's what it could be.
It
But,
could be, yes.
hoping to see the Infinity Edge, because that's a spicy build right there.
That is a very spicy move. He's got my interest really piqued. Definitely a...
And now Hackney 24 is going to be talking the way. Oh, but here's the Maokai ultimate as Mimikyu was just screwed.
Disconnected.